Once again this week, starting with bad news for the car industry here in France. In fact, Peugeot pretty much certainly are going to be closing down their Aulnay plant.
That's right. Le Figaro are headlining on this morning. It says that François Hollande is resigning himself to the fact that the Aulnay plant is going to have to close and 8,000 jobs are going to have to go with it. Now, before the summer, he'd said that was completely unacceptable. He'd do whatever he could to fight it. But there was an audit done on the plant and they found out that it really wasn't working efficiently, that it was too reliant on the European market, which was in recession, and that a huge restructuring plan had to be done. So, of course, the unions are very angry about that, and the left of the left is very angry about that, but it's going through.
OK, well, we've still got a lot of concern about France's finances elsewhere. This is Libération. They're concerned about the future, aren't they? Whether Paris should be signing European treaties or not.
Yeah, the front page of the Libération is Le Libre-Échange, which means free exchange. And the exchange they're talking about is between these two men, Daniel Cohn-Bendit and Jean-Luc Mélenchon. They're debating whether France should ratify the European treaty that will impose stricter budgetary measures on France. Daniel Cohn-Bendit says yes, we should vote yes for this because it will give France a new perspective on Europe. And also, he's a member of the Green Party, and he says it will just be good to rethink Europe in general. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who's a far-left politician, says absolutely not. It would put power in the hands of the technocrats, lead to more liberal capitalism, and it just wouldn't be a very socially minded initiative. So they're still debating that. And France, of course, hasn't decided what they're doing about that. Also in Libération this morning, there's an article, very interesting report on Romania about the situation for Roms living in Romania. French Interior Minister Manuel Valls is visiting Romania today to also tackle this question as well, because charities believe that some 7 to 10% of the Romanian population is Rom, but they don't have access to the same rights as other European citizens, not as much access to education, higher rates of unemployment, and they're generally living on the margins of society, all despite heavy European funding to tackle these problems. So Manuel Valls should be talking about that today in Romania. Now, moving on to Le Monde, actually, the subject of Le Monde's front page, their cartoon by Plantu, is Libération, the magazine, the newspaper, who this week insulted Bernard Arnault, the big CEO of LVMH, by calling him a rich idiot. Now that Le Monde is saying that the Libération editorial staff are just making up insulting, childish headlines saying that the right wing is just rubbish. Or
Still want you to translate that word there.
It's a word for French little children.
Yeah,
I think you know it.
I think we do. It begins with P and has two other letters that are the same. All right. Thanks, Olivia. Moving on to social issues very, very quickly. Le Croix still looking at the debate on same-sex marriage.
Yeah, second day in a row, La Croix is headlining on same-sex marriage. We need to have a debate about this. Inside, they're talking about reactions from the church and the political sphere, and the consensus is we have not had enough debate about this. It's been done too quickly. The draft legislation has gone through too quickly. There's also an editorial focusing on the issue of fertility treatment or artificial insemination for couples, which is a contentious issue in religious circles anyway, and they're asking how much should the state intervene or help same-sex couples wishing to have children.
OK, a lot of stories there that we'll continue to follow, of course, during the day here on France 24. Do stay tuned to us for more news on all of those. Olivia, thanks very much, Olivia Salazar-Winsbit, with the French newspaper review today here on France 24. Focus, we're going to be examining that vital decision expected in Germany today, set to determine the future of the Eurozone. That comes up for you right after the break. Do stay with us.